Episode 125 of Vlog Driver is a transitionary episode because I am now driving to Bowling Green, and this time I'm going to be staying there. So I'm driving to Bowling Green because I'm going to be starting grad school in about a week, and I have to be up there a week early for the boring seminars and so on. And I'm actually rather glad that I'm going up to grad school because the job market for teachers right now is horrible, and that's what's going to be the subject of today's rant. So the assistant band director at my old high school found a job in Florida and resigned from the position at the high school. Now, this assistant band director, in addition to assisting with the high school band and the middle school band, also does elementary general music. So she is really the only teacher that goes to all three buildings. The point of my telling you this is to also tell you that 60, count them 60 people as of last count, have applied for this job. 60 in a tiny little rinky-dink place like Hillsdale. 60 people have applied for this job. Meanwhile, in Worcester schools, I think, which is a considerably bigger school system than Hillsdale, about 500 people have applied for one job. So that gives you a fairly good idea of what the job market is like for teachers right now. There are a lot of prospective teachers out there and not very many teaching jobs. Which is odd when you think about it because the baby boomer generation is retiring now. So there should be a lot of teaching jobs opening up at this point. But schools are cutting back on teaching jobs, largely because of the economy, but also largely because they've been looking for an excuse to cut back on teaching jobs for years. Let's face it, most education administrators have very little, if any, interest in education. That might be a rash generalization, but this is a rant. I'm allowed to do that. And it gets even harder when you consider that this is a music teacher position. It's got a lower priority. Wouldn't you think that now more than ever we need the arts in our schools?
Yes.
I mean, doesn't it seem to you, the viewers, that it's the people who participate in band and choir and art classes and all those other things that tend to do better once they get out into the world?
Yes.
Because it's the artists who actually have to think and reason and do all of those things that you're supposed to be able to do by the time you get out into the world. And not just be fed stuff for a test so they can regurgitate it and then forget it forever. Which is not to diminish the efforts of the teachers in the academic courses. I would never do that because those are very important as well. But let's face it, that's what a lot of teaching has become now. Just give them the stuff for the test, they regurgitate it for the test, and then that's it. Unless you've got a teacher like Mrs. Ballard.
Yay, Mrs. Ballard, she was amazing.
Which I never did, but Cassie did, and she's told me about her. So I'm hoping that not only does the educational system kind of straighten itself out economically, but also that it improves itself.
Please.
It would be really nice if it would improve itself in the 2 years it'll take me to get through grad school, so that by the time I go to actually look for a job, then I'll be able to find one. So that's my rant for today. You might not actually be seeing it on Friday because it's moving day, and I'm going to be spending most of the day unpacking my apartment and trying to get everything straightened out, and I don't have internet yet, so we'll see how that works out. And the next time you see me, I will be driving through the fine, fine city of Bowling Green. So until then, see you next time.